like because of these other things that you've lost, you're holding on now to anything that you can grasp on, and that might not be the right thing for you to hold on to. Hi Libra, thank you so much for being here. If it's your first time, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's so good to see you. Let's see what Taurus season has in store for you, Libra, or has been bringing to you already. Either way, I hope you get some validation today. We are using the Modern Witch Tarot by Lisa Sterle, and I'll be pulling 1 to 3 Shaman Dream Oracle cards by Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron Reed. Make sure you go watch the Hierophant card reading for all signs. It's the general energy Taurus season reading. And you can always watch the taroscopes for your moon, rising, and Venus signs. There should be calculators attached. Same thing with Gemini. This was weird. I felt like that card needed to go there, and then we need to cut the deck. But this one right here is peeking out. And then we'll do that. We're just going with it. Just going with it. Okay, so the first card is always the general energy, lesson, message that the season's bringing to you. Oh, 5 of Pentacles. I haven't pulled the 5 of Pentacles in quite some time. I don't know if I've ever really pulled it even in this deck. That's interesting. The 5 of Pentacles is somewhat of like a poverty card. It can be struggle with finances. It can also be about scarcity mindset. It can literally mean being left out in the cold. It's feeling like whatever it is, whatever is making you feel this way, it really feels like you just feel like this, all these things, because it's all outside of your control. These are all things that have kind of just happened, and there was nothing you could do to prevent it from happening or change the outcome. And I feel like that's really important to tell you, Libra, that unfortunately it's feeling as if you're a victim of circumstance. So I hope that's validating for you. It's funny how I really felt like you needed validation for something in the beginning. And here's some of it, or here it is this need of validation that, it's not me. These things really were outside of my control. I'm sorry, Libra. That's rough. I'm sad. I'm like sad for you. It's not a fun place to be. If it had come up in reverse, then I would have probably picked up on, this is you. What are you doing to make it be like this? But it doesn't feel that way. It feels like these things are happening kind of to you, but I do feel like there's something in it that's happening for you, and we're gonna see what that is. Like, why are you having to experience this lesson right now, or experience this experience? Oh, interesting. The Fool. The first thing I heard was to start over, to start anew, to clear your slate. It's almost like you needed to lose a lot of things that you thought were for you. You needed to lose things that weren't actually going to help you in any way. it's weird because it's not like a tower moment where it's like, oh, I thought everything was so great and blah 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 blah. Like I don't feel like you thought that, because you can easily think everything's great all the time. It's almost like they were seemingly mundane until you didn't have them anymore, and then you're just like, oh shit, I needed that more than I thought I did. And with the Fool coming up as the reasoning, it's like, no, you actually didn't. You actually didn't need those things. It was actually okay. It's gonna work out. Like, this is a really nice, like, on the other side of this, that it's feeling almost like there's things in your physical world that have to be like stripped away. Like, I literally heard like stripped away. It's almost to the point of, oh, what's that movie based on a true story, based on a book, Emil Hirsch, Into the Wild? It's like that, like where that guy that's based off of was, you know, got rid of all of his like worldly possessions because that wasn't what life is about. So it is feeling like the things that are feeling like they're getting stripped away from you are these physical things that aren't actually really important, and to trust that you are being provided for with what you need. It does not mean that it makes the situation any less hard, any less difficult to go through, but also needing to trust that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and that you're not so much walking away from something as walking towards something. That has been a big theme that's been coming up, is we get so human in our attachments, which is fair. We're human. You can just be human also. But we think that because we're letting go of things, because we're letting things, you know, letting people go, letting go of things, like we're giving something up, we're sacrificing something, we're losing something, when in fact you're gaining space, you're walking towards something else that's more meant for you, more aligned with you. You're actually gaining the opportunity for that new thing to come along, for that next chapter to come along. These are things that you are meant to lose. And I understand that might be harder for you, Libra, than it is for a lot of people, where it might be like I said, seemingly mundane things where you're even trying to express to people why you're bummed about this, and they're like, really, that's it? Like, you'll be fine without that. Something else will come along. You're like, but because you can be really sentimental. So how are you going to be able to move forward from this seemingly really unfortunate low place that you feel to be more in this Fool energy, where it's like, it's okay. There's something else out there for me, you know, very starry-eyed, very, you know, showing up, the theater kid showing up on Broadway. I'm gonna make it here. You know? How, ooh, Seven of Swords reversed. Well, letting things go, cutting ties, cutting losses. You're gonna have to cut some losses. There might be like, you might be even holding on to a person that you might not even want to hold on to because like they owe you something, or you don't want to hurt their feelings because you might not want to do the same things with them. Like, it's almost like if you have a friend that you're hiring for a service, and you've been hiring them for a while, and you realize that like you got referred to someone new, or like you just changed directions into, you know, what you're doing, And you unfortunately have to be like, I'm sorry, my friend, like, it's just, at this point, it's just business. It's just me wanting to go try this other thing or go this other direction. Letting go of those things that you feel that you're holding on to based on obligation. Really letting go of that. I feel like, because it almost feels like because of these other things that you've lost, you're holding on now to anything that you can grasp on, and that might not be the right thing for you to hold on to. You really need to discern, is this worth me holding on to it? Is this actually, like, it's like you're trying to find a life raft, and you might not be holding on to the right life raft where you're not actually drowning. It's like you're holding onto this life raft because you think you're drowning, but you're actually in shallow water, and if you just stood up, you'd be fine. And like, oh, I don't actually need this. I'm fine. Okay? That's kind of what I saw. Okay, bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. That is you, Libra. Queen of Swords. Also, you can also be the Page of Swords. The core of this is to elevate you and to be just a better, more version of you. It's like you've been asking for this. And it feels almost secret. Like you've been secretly wanting to move forward in life, move up. It's like you've been secretly kind of like doing all this work so that you can elevate your life. It's like, because you're very content with the kind of life you create, but it's okay to want more. And I think sometimes you can feel guilty to want more, and so you don't tell people that you want more, you're working on more. It's like you finally want that promotion at work. You finally want to move on to that next step with that next thing. You got to cut your losses with this other thing to move to get to the next thing, the next step, the next level. And this is the process of that. This is the process to get you on that path of where you really actually want to go. Okay? All right, let's pull you an oracle card. Let me know what's resonating. If you have any questions, I'm always available for one-on-one readings. My links are attached. Wow, that was fast. 2. You got 2. Ooh, deep diver. Diving into a task. Deep diver. Why? Sometimes it feels like a nut. Sometimes it don't. There it goes. And mindful, group think. This came up in the Hierophant card reading, so definitely go watch that. Okay, number 10 and number 40. 10, deep diver, embracing risk, diving into a task, new discoveries. It's easy to play in the shallows. That was the last image I got, was in the shallow water, where the waters are clear and you can see all that glitters by your feet. Anyone can venture here. There is little risk, nothing to discover, no dark secret, nothing that you can't already perceive. The treasure has been long picked away, replaced by a gentle certainty. In the shallow river is safety and no surprises. Ah, but that's not who's calling you now. The deep diver invites you to take the plunge with him. You can't see the bottom, but you must swim into the dark depths to find the mystery that eludes you now. He knows where the pearls lie underneath the ancient sands. You are called to look beyond the surface of things for your answer. Let your intuition propel you into the water, allowing your memories to swirl around you and your emotions to well up as you face the unknown. Your curiosity will be your greatest guide. You'll surely discover something wondrous to bring back to everyone who is waiting by the shore. But only you will truly know the value of your discovery. Are you willing to do the work? Dive in, make the commitment to see it through, and you'll be amazed. That was a really good one. Lots going on, Libra. And I think that's part of this, like, this feeling here is that this is like an unknown thing for you. And that's why you're like grasping onto these things. Like, wait, there's safety. You're holding on to the safety. Okay. 40, mindful. And it's mindful. 2 words, not mindful. Keeping a clear mind. This is important for you, Libra, as an air sign. Hurtful thoughts, groupthink. The human mind can be so many things. A prison, a latrine, a toilet, a circus, a temple, a cave. It can be a place of restriction or a place of never-ending expansion. Right now, be careful of where you wander in your mind. The quality of your thoughts is key, as you're in a fertile time for full manifestation. You want to ensure that the seeds you plant will sprout and flourish into the life you seek to grow. Be mindful not to scatter weeds. It's easy to be influenced by others right now too, especially in our digital age. It's hard to protect yourself from the energy and the sheer amount of information bombarding you 24/7. If you allow all the fear and uncertainty to pollute your mind and emotions, you will fill yourself up with you will fill yourself up with this negativity and then see more of it in the outer world. Stay out of the gossip and other forms of groupthink. For when you cut another person down to their level due to their perceived mistakes or limit them by your envy, you activate lack for yourself. So fill yourself with thoughts of plenty. Imagine your universe unfettered by scarcity. Imagine your universe unfettered by scarcity and alive with abundant hope and goodness. Ear to hear. Be mindful of what your mind is full of and keep the faith. Good brings more good, love more love, gratitude more things to be grateful for. So I hope this is easing your mind a little bit too, that those things that you feel like you've lost, you haven't. They were meant to move away from you so that what is meant to be with you can come to you. You are gaining things. The universe just hasn't revealed to you, spirit hasn't revealed to you yet what exactly that is that you're gaining, but you will be seeing it very soon. Take a deep breath, Libra, in your nose, out your mouth. I feel like this has thrown you a little bit. You're not used to being in this situation. But you will make it out of it, and you'll be better for it on the other side. Please let me know if you need any extra support on this. My links are attached. Thank you so much for being here. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Go watch your other tarot scopes and the Hierophant card reading. Thank you again for all of your support. I love you, Libra, and I will see you for Gemini season. Bye.